yes or no? Yes? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team at Win Real Estate, good afternoon and thank you very much for attending this auction here at 22 Wanda Street, here in the heart of Mulgrave. For those that are here to bid, there's absolutely no doubt that you've witnessed firsthand the direction of the market that it's heading right here and right now. From late 2017 to pre-election time in this year, the market was declining. Prices were dropping. Buyers, like buyers that are here, were waiting. You weren't bidding to your limits because you were saying to yourselves and your family, if we wait for next week, we can pick up a similar property cheaper. If we wait for next week, this property will pass in and we can probably negotiate with the owners backwards. If we wait for next month or a few months' time, prices might dip by 5 to 10%. And you know what? You were right most of the time. But in this marketplace that we're in right now, gone are those days, and they're well and truly long gone. How quickly things and circumstances have changed. Banks have loosened up, borrowing capacities have increased, interest rates have dropped, pending personal circumstances, and we're seeing a flood of buyers enter the market and bucket loads more competition. Prices are rising across the board, and the fact of the matter is this: the bank's given you a limit. You've identified 22 Wanda Street value to you based upon repayments and based upon your emotional connection. If you are required to bid to that level and a little bit above it if you can afford it, my suggestion is clear and simple that you should. Why, you might ask? Because you'll run the risk this time around of paying more for properties you don't even like as much in a week's time, in a couple of weeks' time, in 6 months' time. And you know what's going to happen? Christmas is going to come along, isn't it? And you're going to be searching on realestate.com, domain.com, winrealestate.com, your web portal of choice, and you're going to spend that hard-earned Christmas break when you should be sitting back on the beach drinking pina coladas, searching for property, talking about that house you want to live in, reflecting back on this moment at 22 Wanda and saying to yourself, we should have bid the extra 10, 20, $30,000. And you know what? February, March is going to come along, and then what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? 6 months would have passed. Prices are going to rise more than likely. 2%, 5%, 10%. I don't know, but it's happening so quickly. And then you reflect back on this afternoon, thinking to yourself, we should have and could have listened to that auctioneer when he said all that information. Ladies and gentlemen, this auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the commencement of the auction. As the auctioneer, I'll be indicating bidders on request, and I have the right to place bids on behalf of the sellers, otherwise known as vendor bids, and if and when I choose to place those bids, we'll make it very clear by simply stating the words vendor bid. These rules prohibit false bids, prohibit major disruptions by bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provide fines for such conduct. And last but not least, when this paperwork hits my hand and the property is deemed sold, we'll take absolutely no late bids or offers beyond that point. 10% deposit, 60-day settlement is all you need to pay. Buyers, 4 bedrooms, of course, bucket loads of storage space, built-in robes in all the bedrooms, 2 bathrooms to accommodate your growing family living, outdoor entertainment, undercover, of course, at the wing of the property, grassed area at the backyard as well. You've got quite a wide strip down the front, buyers, and underpinning your proud family's future is some of the finest soil that Mulgrave and surrounding suburbs have to offer. The property itself, well, it simply speaks for itself. There's nothing left for you to do apart from move in your family and your furniture, pick up your phone and invite your friends over to pop open the champagne and celebrate the purchase in 60 days' time on settlement. All amenities not too far away from your doorstep, schools, shopping facilities, parks, sporting clubs, major freeway access, just to name a handful. Without further ado, once again on behalf of the team at Win Real Estate, it is over to you. The ball is in your court. Who would like to get the auction underway? For those tuning in through the Win Real Estate Facebook app, we thank you very much as well for tuning in, and auction reporters as well. It's over to you. The ball is in your court. Who would like to get proceedings underway with an opening bid, an opening offer at absolutely any number that you like? Happy to kick it off at any level. Here's your chance to jump in front, buyers. You name a number, you'll be in front instantly. You can step up and show your competition that you are here and you mean business. And you know what? I'm going to stand here literally as long as I need to until we receive the opening bid to start. And I don't care how long that takes. We'll break a work record if we have to. I'm happy to stand here. Here's your chance. You've probably got somewhere to get to. Don't you? Surely. Let's jump in nice and early. You name a number and you'll be in front instantly. Happy to kick it off at a figure that suits you. You name a price, I'll accept your bid and you'll be in front. Show your competition that you are here with an intention to buy. Buyers here need to know. By the way, we know there's a handful of bidders here that have walked in and out of the property on multiple occasions, here with an intention to purchase this property. If no one bids, we're going to negotiate all of you with all of you individually. Then what's going to happen, you're all going to reach your peak and submit your final offer, and the owner will take the highest offer, assuming it meets their expectations. But we're not going to tell every single buyer what the other one is offering. It wouldn't be fair now, would it? So here's your chance in the open and transparent auction arena. 900,000, thank you very much, and thanks for getting us started. Making me work for it, but that's okay, I'm happy because I enjoy my job. At 900,000, fairly bid away, you're in front here with a black t-shirt on top. At 900,000, fairly bid. At 900,000, the bid is here now, we'll take rises of 20. At 920, I call for, we won't take less. At 9, the offer. At 900,000, bid is here with the two of you, you're on top with the exclusive rights to negotiate, assuming we do not see a better bidder offer. At 900,000, we're going to call it 3 times, and 3 times only. Buyers, here's your final opportunity. Once, twice, third and final call. Are we all done? 20. Welcome. Competition has been ignited. The family of 3 black caps, sir. You're in front at 920. Back in second place to the two of you at 20 the offer. Why don't you jump straight back and show him who's boss at 940. At 920 you're in front now. 40 I call for. Won't take less at this stage. At 920,000 now the bid is there, tucked away up against the fence next to Alex. At 920,000 now you're in front at 920 the offer. Dealing in 20,000 rises at 40 I call for. At 920 the bid. At 920 the bid is over there. I'm going to call it 3 more times. You've all had ample opportunities to jump in front. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'm simply going to pass the property to negotiate with you exclusively. If we do not see a better bidder offer, going once, twice, third and 40. Welcome and good to see you. 3 of you fighting for it now. A new face of the race and all the best now at 40. We're at 40 already. We're at 940 here already, here up against the letterbox, Roy, just so you know. We're at 40 now. Tempt you in for 60 if you like. 3 bidders fighting for it. 40's over here. At 900, bless you, sir. At 940,000, it's hay fever season. At 940, I know how you feel. It can become frustrating. At 940,000 now, at 60, I call for the bidders here. At 940 and 60 to jump back in front. We need to know instantly. Once, twice, third time done, finished and silent. 80, 40,000 rise, doubling everyone else's increment. There we are. You mean business with an intention to purchase, making a statement here this afternoon. At 980,000, 4 bidders are fighting for this fine piece of real estate. At 22 Wanda Street here in the beating heart of Mulgrave. At 980,000, fairly bid away now, calling for another rise of 20. We won't take less just yet. At 980,000, at a bid now, jump back in front. Let's not muck around. How about you give them a taste of their own medicine with a 40,000 increase? At a bid of 20, it's merely a suggestion. 20 no less, sir. At 980 it is at a bid I call for. Once, twice, third. Dealing in 20, sir. Appreciate the bid though. Bid is here at 80 at $1 million. I'm going to pass it in once, twice, third. And final call. Are we all done? Finished and silent. Million. At $1 million up against the fence. Now good to see you once again. I thought we may have lost you, but you've been resuscitated, and thank goodness gracious for that. At $1 million now back on top. The bid's over there at $1 million. At $1 million now we'll take 10s now moving forward. At $1 million the offer, sir, just so you know, man, we'll take 10s now. At $1 million the bid is there up against the fence at 10. To tempt you back, you know, I haven't seen you for a handful of minutes. At $1 million, at $1 million, at $1 million going once, at $1 million going twice. Third final call. Sorry. Not a problem. Welcome back, and I thank you. Good to see you once again. At a bid of 20, straight back against you. At a bid of 20, the offer. At a bid of 30, we call for. At 20, the bid is here on the left-hand side. At a bid of 20 and 30, jump straight back. A quick rebuttal's a good one. It shows strength. There's no time to muck around. At 50, bang. Take a look at that, tripling everyone's increments. That's how you purchase real estate, or at least increase the chances of knocking out the other bidders. At a bid of 50,000 now, what's this going to do? It's stirring the pot a little bit here at the pointy end of the auction. At a bid of 50, the offer. At a bid of 50, right next to Alice. At a bid of 50 the bid. At a bid of 50 at 60 I call for. Jump back in front. How about another 30? 60, sir. At 60 is that right? At 10,000. I thought I read your lips. I need to be more clear. Yep. Once at a bid of 50. Second time at $1 million and 50. Third and final call. Are we all done? Finished and silent at $1 million and 50,000. Sir? Let's jump back at 60. At $1 million and 50 the bid now. Everyone just needs a moment to think. The phone comes out. Calculated text message perhaps. At $1 million and 50,000 now, still on top here for the last minute or so. At $1 million and 50,000 at 60. At $1 million and 60 back against you. How about 70? A quick rebuttal. At $1 million and 60 up against the fence at 70. I call for 60 on offer. The family of 3. The properties negotiations are in your hands exclusively. At $1 million and 60 we'll call it 3 more times. Once at $1 million and 60. second opportunity. We're going to wrap it up at 70 now. Not yet, but good question. At 1,060,000, getting close. Second opportunity at 1,060,000, the front runner. Statistically, more than likely the buyer immediately afterwards. Third and final call at a begin at 60,005. At a begin at 65, we'll grant that and we'll extend the courtesy to everybody else. At a begin at 65, now back on top at 65 and 70. At 70, I call for 65 through the middle, jump back in front. What do we say? At a begin at 65 at 70 now, the natural next step at 65, the offer. At a begin at 65 at 70 now. At 70, we call for here in the beating heart of Mulgrave. Jump back in, 4 bedrooms, built-in ropes throughout the property, 3 indoor living areas, outdoor undercover barbecue area so you can pop open the champagne. Celebrate your purchase in 60 days time with your family and your friends. Beautiful backyard grass as well. 70 back against you, and here we are, 2 of you at it in 75. At 1 3/4, aka to begin at 75, the 2 of you are fighting for it. There's 2 other bidders though, I haven't seen you for a few minutes. Surely you're not done yet at this level. At a begin at 75 now, still on top here, right next to Alice. At a begin at 75,000, the offer. The bid is here right through the middle and dead centre. At 1 3/4, at 80 to jump back. Just checking in and tapping in. If you've got any further interest now, at a begin at 75, in or out, let you know the moment we are, but a valid question. At a begin at 75, the bid at 80, I call for once, and a begin at 75. I'm simply going to pass it in and with no hesitation. Second time, we won't negotiate with underbidders. You've got the exclusive rights. 80. At a begin at 85, straight back at you, up at the net. At a begin at 85. At a begin at 85, at 90 we call for now. At 85 the offer. At a begin at 85, at 90, what do we say? Up against the fence, jump back here now. Show us who's in power. At the moment it's you, and you have been for the majority of proceedings. At a begin at 85 now, 90 I call for. At a begin at 90, what do we say? At 85 the offer. At 1,085,000 at 90. At 1,085,000 at 90. At 1,085,000 at 90 I call for. Don't back down now. Save yourself and your family the pain and agony of walking in and out of more open for inspections, being underbidders at more auctions, and the weather's only going to heat up, and it's only become a more grueling exercise. At $1,085,000 now, step up and increase the chances of you purchasing this fine piece of real estate, just like I bought my Nike fleece tracksuit pants last night at the Nike store in Melbourne Central. Jump back in, sir. What do we say? How much? 87. No, we'll take a 5 only. Won't take 2s yet. At a begin at 85. At 90 I call for. At a begin at 90, what do we say? Now at 85 the offer. Still in front at 90 to jump back in. I'm going to call it 3 times through the 90. At a begin at 90, sorry. 1 what, sorry? 1.1, good bid. 10,000 rise, doubling your increment. Showing everybody who means business at $1.1 million now. Sorry, I thought you meant 1,000. When you saw the 2, I thought it was the 1. Good bid at $10,000. By the way, even okay for you to try to offer, it's totally fine. But 10 even better. At a begin at 10, at a begin 100, at a begin 100, at a begin 100,000, jump back at a begin 105. At a begin 105, I call for. At a begin 105. At a begin 105, what do we say? Thanks for tuning in, Zach and Geordie. At a begin 100,000 at 05, I call for. At a begin 105, what do we say? Now jump back in front at 1.1 the offer. At $1.1 million, I'm going to call it 3 more times. Here's your chance to radically accelerate your family's future, increase the chance of purchasing. At the moment, the bid is here at $1.1 million, and we're going to wrap it up and negotiate with the highest bidders if we do not see a better offer. At 1.1 going once, at 1.1. Second opportunity as we call for an increase. Jump back in front. The bid is here, smack bang, dead centre at $1.1 million. We're calling for another rise of 5,000. Don't back down at 1.1 for the third and final opportunity. We're going to wrap this one up if we do not see a better bid. In or out, final chance, exclusive rights are yours. A message to the underbidders or those that haven't bid yet and have got an intention to. If we do not see a better offer, legally, we'll only negotiate with you at 5. That'll be 105. That'll be 105. How about another 10 at 15? That'll be 115, but I'll take 110 if you prefer. We're at a begin 105 now with your competitor. At a begin 105,000, another 5 and 10, and I welcome you back with hospitality. At a begin $110,000 now, the bid is here. At a begin 110. At a begin 110. At a begin 110 at 15. At 15, we call for it 1,110,000. At a begin 110. At a begin 110. At a begin 110. At a begin 110. You're both hungry for this property, just like I was hungry, cruising the streets of Budapest a few years ago with my wife, a tasty menu at every restaurant, most of them anyway. At a begin of 110, the offer at 15, jump back now. At a begin of 115, 10 is here. Once at a begin of 110, quickly now. Second opportunity at 1,110,000. Third and final call. Are we all done? Finished and silence. We're at a begin 110. Are we on the market? We're on the market and we are selling an answer to all your questions. At the moment, you hold the keys and we'll knock it down to you if we don't see a better bid, but I think that we will. And if we get a 110 now, we are now playing for keeps. We're at the owner's reserve price and we are selling. You'll move it in 60 days' time if we don't see a higher offer. And if we get 110 once. And if we get 110 twice. Third, final call. We're going to knock it down and sell 15. And we get 115, and we get 115 just in the nick of time. And we get 115 at 20. What do we say? We won't take ones just yet. And we get 115 and 20 now to less than 5 at 20 I call for. And we get 120, and we get 115 the offer, and 20 to jump back in front. And we get 115 and 20, and we get 115 and 20. We're going to sell to you once. Twice. Third and final call. We're going to knock it down here. And if we get $115,000, we are selling. And if we get $115,000, we're going to knock it away. If we do not see a better bid, I'll meet you at 2.5, but can't take a one just yet. And if we get 117 and 500 if you like. And if we get 117 and 500, sir, I'm going to sell. And if we get 115 once, and if we get 115 twice, third and final call. I've offered you the middle, sir, 2.5. At 2.5 if you want it. And if we get 117 and 500. 2.5, sir. By the way, I'm not being cheeky. The rules stipulate the auctioneer's got the right to dictate the increments. And at the moment, I'm going to go half to 2.5, sir. So if you want it, I'm not going to take the one just yet. And we get 115. Buyers in the corner. Appreciate the offer, though. You've got every right to do that. I'd probably do the same if I was on your side of the fence. And we get 115. And we get 115 once. And we get $115,000. Second time. At a bid 115,000. At 20 I call for. 2.5 will take it, no less just yet. At a bid 115. Third and final chance. The bid is here. At a bid 115 the offer. At a bid 115. And 2.5 I'll take. At a bid 117 and 500. At a bid 117 and 500. At a bid 117 and 500. 2.5. At 2.5. 17.5. And we get 117.5, jump back for another 20. And we get 120, 2.5 more, and we get 120. And we get 120, I call for it, and we get 117 and 500. And we get 117 and 500, and we get 120, I call for. And we get 120. Are you sure you're done? Out? Finished? You'd like to go back and search for more real estate in this rising marketplace? Are you sure you want to put yourself through that pain and agony? You run the serious risk of bidding higher than this in a property you don't even like as much now, sorry?
1,018,500.
How much? Sorry, 1,018,500. I'm going to take it now to begin 118,500. And begin 118 and 5. Take us to a begin of 120. Here you are holding the keys now. And begin 118 and 500. And begin 118 and 500. And begin 120. 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 And begin 118 and 500. And begin 118 and 500. Sir, would you like to bid a begin 120?
I've said no that many times.
Sir, a begin 130 then, no one's asked you that. And a begin 150, I'll give you 20 grand off. Sorry? 119, I'll extend the courtesy to everyone. You can now bid whatever you like. And we get 119, but not $1 though, I won't take that. And we get 119, 500, not a problem. And we get 120, welcome back. And we get 120, and we get 120, and we get 120. It appears those two of you are fighting for it now. I think two of the bidders have dropped off, which is fair enough, it's totally up to you. And we get 120,000 in front here, smack bang dead center. And we get 120 and 500 quickly. Here's your chance to seize this moment and make it an afternoon to remember. You can pop open the champagne and celebrate this stunning purchase of your family's future. And we get 120,000, the bid is here. 500 again. And we get 120 and 500. 21, you sure you're out? Don't let that small increment be victorious. It took a couple of minutes to appear. There was conversations going on with the two family members, which suggests to me, my gut feel, it's above the limit they set themselves when they drove here. I could be wrong, but most buyers set the limit on a round number. You've done it, and I think they might have done it as well, hence the conversation. I'm just saying go another 500. I purchased my family home with 500, so I know it's worth a shot. And we get 20 and 500. Here's your chance. We'll take 100 here at a million 20 and 600. Are you sure? One last chance. What if it was the limit, which often it is the round number? It's an obvious place to back away. Not a problem. And we get 20,000 and 600. And At a bid 20,600. At a bid 20, by the way, this sounds crazy, but about a year ago in Burwood, we had 7 bidders. The property sold for 1 point something million, and the final bid was $1, and no one else jumped in. Sounds crazy. I didn't think it would happen, but it did. So there you go, defeated all odds. So you're in front. 100 doesn't seem so crazy now. At a bid 20,600. At a bid 20,600. I know I turned down the smaller increments earlier, but we get to this stage, I'm certainly open for it and understand the benefit to both the buyer and the seller. At a bid 20,600, the bid is here. Through the middle. At a bid 20,600. At a bid 20,600. At a bid 20,600. At a bid 20,600. 700. At a bid 20,600. 700. At a bid 20,600. 113. Sorry? What do you mean? We're at a bid 120 and 600. 1121. 22. At a bid 122. At a bid 122. At a bid 122 and straight back against you. At a bid 122. At a bid 122. Conversations with both parties. At a bid 122. 23. You sure? Another 100. At a bid 122 and 100. At a bid 122 and 100. Yep. The way that you're, by the way, someone just looked at you, sir. I don't know who the weakest link is, but I think it could be ma'am, or is it him? But you tried to make eye contact. I just want to tap in. Sir, just read into that and see what happens. Could save yourself an argument later. Are you sure you're both comfortable to back away and to not call this your home and let someone else purchase? You sure? At a bid 122. Done? Once. Sir, are you sure you're finished? Definitely done? 122 and 100. At 122 and 100. At 122 and 100 and in front. The bid is here. At a bid 122 and 100. 500. By the way, when a bidder says they're out, I just hear that they're still in. That's all I hear. At a bid 122 and 500. I see it happen all the time. Most times, in fact. I'd love to see the stats. I don't have them on file, but most times it feels like. At a bid 122, 500 in front. Keys are yours. Another 100. 122, 600. At a bid 122, 500 the offer. At a bid 122 and 600. Yep. Quickly here. At a bid 122 and $500. The bid is down the front. We're going to knock it down. At a bid 122 and 500 on behalf of Aldwin and the team at Win Real Estate. If you're thinking of selling, we look forward to having a conversation with you in regards to the process involved in doing all in our power to recreate the situation on your front lawn as well. At a bid 122 and $500 going once. In front, the property's yours. At a bid 122, 500 twice. Third and final time. At a bid 122 and $500. Are you sure you're out? You said no before 6 times, but you jumped in 5 minutes later. You can understand how I might not take this seriously now. At a bid 122, you were that firm before, sir, but you jumped in. Is it opposite day? At a bid 122, 500. Are you serious? I once dreamt I had 1 million properties. Have you got a bid in one?
I got 72.
72. At a bid 122, 500. A humble 72. At a bid another 100. At a bid 122 and 600. At a bid 122 and 600. At a bid 122 and 600. At a bid 123. At a bid 123. At a bid 122 and $600. At a bid 122 and $600. Are you sure you're out? You said it before, but you jumped in. Like sure. Someone's looking at you, by the way. Someone's looking at you, by the way. At a bid 122, 600. You know what's going on in the market? Banks have loosened up, interest rates have dropped, much more bidding, competition's increasing, market's rising, prices are heading north. Are you sure you want to go back into the midst of that? And we get 122 and 600 in the world's second most livable city, Australia's fastest growing population. Don't back down. And we get 122 and 600 and $50. And we get 122, 650, 650. And we get 122, 650, 650. Once, Aldwin, with your permission, I'm going to sell. Second time, and we get 122, 600. You're definitely out, sir.
Yeah.
Third and final call. And we get 122 and 600. If you're thinking of selling in Mulgrave and surrounding suburbs, give Aldwin a call or any of his team members at Win Real Estate. 122 Wanda Street, a bid 122 and 600. 4 bidders fighting for it. It's taken almost 30 minutes, and thank you for tuning in. For those in the Win Real Estate Facebook page, we thank you very much as well. Win the team to sell your property at a bid 122 and $600 once, twice, third. And final call, we are going to sell now. Done, finished and silent. Aldwin. Aldwin, I'm going to sell now. 122, 600. A bid 122, 600. Are you finished? Definitely. Yes. Yes. We're selling. Selling. It appears as though you've defeated your competition. We're going to knock it down.
All right.
At a bid 122, 600.
Final.
Selling.
All right.
Selling. So, congratulations. Well bought. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.